So I had to change this video some because they changed some things on me, and so the video might be a little choppy, but bear with me here. So first step here says select your name, copy and paste your name 4 more times, so you end up with a list of five times, of 5 names, I should probably say. Again, I had to redo this, so this is going to look different than your document. You're going to have stuff above this, but I'm fixing it like a couple years later. Okay, so basically all that means is if my name was Crystal Clear Ball, I had typed it 1 time from the previous slide. I'm just gonna hit Control C. I'm gonna deselect it. I'm gonna hit Enter. I kind of like extra space, so I'm gonna hit Enter. I'm gonna hit Enter every time I paste. So you're gonna end up with a list of 5 of your names. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now you're going to go back to the original video. So here's where it's going to kind of look like there's a disconnect because I just added on that part. So hopefully you can follow just fine. If not, let me know. Okay, guys, so I kind of am just throwing this in here randomly, like way after the fact of me recording the tutorials in this lesson, because I recently have discovered a way to download fonts onto your computer so that you can use them. And I'm kind of sort of slightly obsessed with it. So every time I become obsessed with something, I want you guys to see it too. So basically what I mean is, just like anything, just like in Word, and you guys are familiar with this, but you can change your fonts of your words to make it fit the needs of whatever your document is. So especially like if you're designing flyers or birthday invitations or I don't know, some type of promotional material, it's nice to have a lot of fonts on your computer to choose from. So Word actually has a ton for us to choose from, but there is another website that you can download more than just what Word has to offer. So like if you take a look at mine here, so like this cute notes one and this cute stitch one, these are ones that I have downloaded off of defont.com. I see this gamer one here. So if you click it, it's not big enough. Let me make this bigger. You can see these are fonts that Word did not offer, but that I downloaded and installed. So I use these fonts a lot when I'm designing, like I said, different promotional materials. So I'm going to show you how to download these fonts, and I want you to download and install 5 fonts on your computer that will be there for you to use from here on out. The only thing is it doesn't work in the internet. So if you're in Google Drive or your OneDrive, you won't have access to these fonts. But what I do anymore nowadays is I design pretty much everything in Word because I do like that there's so much more you can do in it. And then I just save it to my OneDrive or my Google Drive. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I want you to go to Defont, DAFONT.com. And once you get into Defont, you can filter your results to fit your needs. So by default, it has recently added fonts on there. So if you want to check out recently added fonts, feel free to do that. Or you can also come up here to it breaks it down into different categories. So you have fancy fonts, foreign look fonts, techno fonts, bitmap fonts, which I don't even know what that means, but okay, Gothic, basic, blah, blah, blah. You see the deal. You get the idea. You also have holidays, and you can also search by topic. So like you can see when I click in there, you can see that these are the search items that I have searched for. I've searched Minecraft, nautical, boxing bell, bubble, sunshine, and gamer. So any of those ways will work. But don't take too long doing this because we don't have a whole ton of time. But go ahead and click around a bit. I'm going to go into, let's see, Groovy. And each one has tons and tons and tons of fonts that you can. And this isn't something that you can spend a whole period on. This is something in your own personal time. Like I'm such a nerd about it. Sometimes if I have free time, I'll just hop on here and get different fonts and I'll download them to my computer just so that they're there if I ever want to use them again. Okay, so let's just say, look how I'm scrolling. Ooh, look at this Powerpuff Girls one. That's kind of fun. Okay, so find one that you want. And this is kind of a little bit of a complicated process. Let's say I'm going to go with this Powerpuff Girls one. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit download. Once you hit download, you see it drop down here, Powerpuff Girls. It's in a zip file. A zip just means like it's a bunch of files zipped up into one file. It makes it easier for downloading. So because it was in a zip file, sometimes you'll see one thing here, sometimes you'll see two, sometimes you'll see three. But regardless, because it's in a zip file, we have to take it out of that zip file. So you are going to need to click right here where it says extract all. Sorry guys, but I had to interrupt the recording again because I realized that many of you can't see the extract all button by default. So if you don't see this here on yours, all you have to do is come up here and click this pink extract, and then you will be able to see the extract all button. Once you click extract all, this menu is going to pop up. I never even touch anything here. I just say extract. Then when I extract it, what you're going to do, if you have multiple, some of them might say like README, so you're not going to want to install that one, or some of them are just different versions of the same font. Pick one of them. Hi, it's me again, interrupting yet again. So as I was saying, sometimes you have multiple of them. Pick the one that you pick, make sure it has this little icon next to it with the piece of paper with a little A in the left-hand corner. Those ones always work. Once you pick the one you want, go ahead and double click on it, hover over it, double click, bam, bam. That's what I just did. And then you're going to click install. Then it's going to install, and then it should be done. Go ahead and check in and make sure that it worked. Select the first copy of your name and come up here. And you should be able to type in, you got to make sure that you know what it was called. Mine was called the Powder Puff Girl. So as soon as I start typing in Powerpuff, I said Powder Puff, Powerpuff, there it is. And then I can hit enter, and then you can see that it has now changed it to the proper font. If it's like really small or really big, feel free to use your up and down font arrows to make it bigger or smaller, however you see fit. Now you are ready to go ahead and you're going to do the same thing 4 more times. Download 4 more different fonts, extract them, install them, and change each one of your names to a different font. Let me know if you need help.